Hey guys, so today I'm going to be ranking all the Batman films from worst to best, starting with the worst and working my way up to the best. In last place is Batman and Robin. This movie isn't a very good movie, it's not really good at all. It was directed by Joe Schumacher, and he directed some other films, and they obviously thought he was a good Batman director. That didn't pay off well for them. This movie is very campy. It's more campy probably than the 60s Batman movie and the 60s TV show. There wasn't really any failed production in this one. It just the director wanted to make a campy Batman movie. It's no one wanted to see a campy Batman movie. It came after Batman Forever, which was really quite campy, but it was up to too much. So yeah. In second last place is the Batman 1966 movie. I think it's 1966, I'm not sure though. This movie has probably the same amount of problems as a lot of the old ones, where it was just too ridiculous and silly for a character like Batman. But Man of Steel had the opposite problem, where it was too serious for Superman. But anyway, this movie is not as bad as Batman and Robin, but it is more campy probably, and its plot is a bit more silly, because the plot is the Penguin, Catwoman, Riddler team up with Two-Face, I think. Not sure. Anyway, sorry, no, Joker. Yeah. Anyway, they all go and they go in this giant submarine thing, and that they try to lure Batman down there so they can kill him, but no, it doesn't work. And they have POW for the punches and stuff. It's really funny. Anyway, so that's second last place. Next is Batman Forever. I do actually like this one more than the previous two, because I think it does have a better plot. The Riddler's still really campy in this. Two-Face I actually kind of like in this one. He's not as good as the Dark Knight Two-Face by far, but he's still really good. I like Jim Carrey a lot, but I don't like him in this movie too much. He wears a jumpsuit kind of Riddler thing with question marks on it. It's really stupid. Robin in this film it's a good Robin backstory for this film. I think it's a lot darker than the rest of the film backstory, because all his family just get killed by Two-Face. But yeah, then there's Batgirl in it, but she doesn't it's only her opening kind of. She's not in the rest of the film. She's kind of set up to be Batgirl, but she doesn't really appear in any other films after this. Then yeah, so this one is a lot better than the other two. Still not great though. Next is the Batman 1989, the Batman movie. This is miles above the last three ones, because it's not campy at all. It's kind of like Batman Begins, even, that it's a restart for the franchise after some not too great years, because the Superman franchise started making loads of money in the 70s, so DC probably thought to adapt the Batman as well. Anyway, this film is very good. I really enjoyed this one. The Joker in it is very good. Jack Nicholson as the Joker is a perfect fit, second only to Heath Ledger's. Then there is some really good characters in this film, but yeah, the love interest is just the generic one. But it's a very good film. 7 out of 10. Okay, next one. Next is Batman Begins. This is a good revamp for the franchise after, I think, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin did so bad. It was a good remake for it. It's a good starter for the franchise, for a new franchise. Even though they only kept the trilogy, it was still a really good trilogy. This one, the Scarecrow as the villain in it, I like that quite a bit. I prefer Ra's al Ghul though. He's probably the main villain in my opinion, even though he really only appears at the start and the end. He's kind of manipulating the whole plot throughout the film. I like Scarecrow's tear gas. It's pretty intimidating. I like how it spends so much time on Batman's backstory, because it's the only real film that even goes into Batman's backstory, like none of the others do. Well, there's a quick, like, small little clip in Batman vs Superman. I don't count that as a Batman film though, so yeah. But yeah, probably like 8 out of 10. Next is Batman Returns, and I know it's pretty controversial to put this above Batman Begins, but I really like this one. I think it's a really good sequel to the Batman, because I think it builds on that film very well, and the Penguin is a really great villain. He's a bit psychotic though. Then I really like him as a villain anyway. Catwoman's pretty cool in this. Not the best Catwoman. My favourite one's in The Dark Knight Rises, to be honest. But still, great Batman. Catwoman. This is a really good Batman film, because it delves into Batman's like fears and stuff like that. To see like what does he actually fear, and the Penguin is probably the thing he probably fears. Anyway, the Penguin does try to run from Mayor, which is a bit strange, but that's fine. He also bites someone's nose off during the film, which is a bit funny, but yeah, that would be in that film. Still though, good film. Very good film, and yeah. Next is The Dark Knight. This is a really, really good film, like an incredible film. Heath Ledger and Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, and I like Christian Bale in it as well. They're all my favourite actors in the film. Anyway, they did swap out the actor of Batman's like girlfriend in this. Bit strange, but it's fine. Then Two-Face is in this one, and Two-Face got like the Two-Face in this one's a lot darker than the others, because there's even a saying in it, you either die here or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, which is what happened to him. And then the Joker is the best villain in this one for sure though. He's my second favourite any Batman villain. He's so good in this. He's played by Heath Ledger, and he's just really, really good as the villain, and I really enjoyed this film. It was a very, very good film. And number 1 is The Dark Knight Rises. Now, when most people will put this at like number 3 or 4, I think this is the best one instead of The Dark Knight, just because it builds on The Dark Knight so well, and Tom Hardy is so good in this one. Christian Bale's good again, probably his best performance in this one. Michael Caine, again, best performance. Gary Oldman, not best performance, but very good performance. And then I think the plot in this is very good, with Bane trying to take over Gotham, Batman injured. He has to get back to being the Batman after the events of The Dark Knight. And he does. He gets back to being Batman and inevitably sacrifices himself. But he eventually gets a happy ending. Still very good film. The only one downside to it, I think, is that they didn't really like the Robin character. The fact that he is like he could like take over off the Batman cape and stuff. He could be Batman after this, but they didn't really build on that in anything other than this. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing, but that's fine. Anne Hathaway as what do you call him? Catwoman is a very good choice, I think, because she is very good with those kind of roles. Like in Ocean's 11, she was very good, like that kind of role. Yeah, so this is my number 1 because I think it has the strongest plot, the strongest villain, it has the strongest character development out of all of them, and it's one of my favourite films of all time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed. Bye.